Quit the charade. McConnell rips into Democrats for claiming impartiality on impeachment. Hello and welcome to TST. If you are new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell took aim at Senator Chuck Schumer for saying the Senate trial of President Trump should be impartial. Do you think Chuck Schumer is impartial? Do you think Elizabeth Warren is impartial? Bernie Sanders is impartial? The Kentucky senator said Monday on Fox News about Democrats calling for an impartial Senate trial. So let's quit the charade. This is a political exercise. All I'm asking of Schumer is that we treat Trump the same way we treated Clinton. Schumer claimed last week that he would be an impartial juror despite also claiming that Trump is already guilty. House Democrats voted last week in favor of 2 articles of impeachment against the president. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi said she would withhold the articles of impeachment to try and get more favorable terms from the Republican-held Senate. McConnell reiterated in his recent interview that he was not anxious to have a trial. So, if she wants to hold all of the papers, go right ahead, he said. I can't imagine what purpose is served by her holding on to the papers. Sooner or later, I'm assuming she's going to send them over. Take a look at this.
Are you surprised you haven't been handed the 2 impeachment articles from the Speaker?
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, the papers have to be physically brought over to the Senate. And we can't go forward until the Speaker does that. She's apparently trying to tell us how to run the trial. I'm not anxious to have this trial, so if she wants to hold on to the papers, go right ahead.
Well, Senator, why do you think she hasn't?
She's apparently believes that she can tell us how to run the trial. Look, what I've been advocating to Senator Schumer is exactly the same way we handled the Clinton impeachment 20 years ago, which he voted for. You listen to the opening arguments, you have a written question period, and at that point in the Clinton trial, we had a decision about which witnesses to call, and as you can imagine, that was a pretty partisan exercise. But we didn't let the partisan part of it keep us from getting started. So all I'm doing is saying,
Right.
What was good enough for President Clinton is good enough for President Trump.
Leader, do you believe that if she doesn't hand them over, do you have the constitutional authority to hold a trial without her handing them over?
I don't think so. I can't imagine what purpose is served by her holding on to the papers. So sooner or later, I'm assuming she's going to send them over.
Well, Senator, you mentioned witnesses. What witnesses would you like to call?
Look, what we need to do is to listen to the arguments, have a written questioning period, and then decide whether we need witnesses or not. You know, the House went ahead without witnesses. They didn't pursue any of the witnesses in court when the president did what every president since George Washington has done and exert executive privilege. What the Congress could have done is, the House could have done is to go to court to try to compel the attendance. They didn't do that. They just blew right through that and accused the president of doing something improper by simply invoking executive privilege, which every president has done.
So we know, too, the delay is because it seems as though the Speaker says, I won't relay these articles until Mitch tells me the rules of the Senate. She goes on to say this in Politico, fear is never a word used with me. And the question was, is she fearful of you? You should know right away, I'm never afraid and I'm rarely surprised. So she's not afraid of you and she's rarely surprised. We know that she's politically very astute. So my sense is perhaps she's waiting for more evidence or more witnesses to become available?
I have no idea. It seems to me a rather absurd position to say after you've impeached the president, you won't send the papers over to the Senate for the impeachment trial mandated by the Constitution.
Senator, her counterpart, Senator Schumer, had harsh words for you this weekend. Let me play this for you and get your reaction.
So far, Senator McConnell and President Trump have come up with no good reason why there shouldn't be witnesses, why there shouldn't be documents. We don't know what the witnesses will say. We don't know what the documents, how the documents will read. They might exonerate President Trump. Or they might further incriminate him. Mitch McConnell has said he's proud to be a partial juror. He won't, every senator has to uphold an oath to render impartial justice, and he said he's proud to be partial. That says it all.
Senator, both your reaction and what was the last conversation you had with Senator Schumer?
Well, first on the impartiality issue, do you think Chuck Schumer is impartial? Do you think Elizabeth Warren is impartial?
No.
Bernie Sanders is impartial? So let's quit the charade. This is a political exercise. A political exercise. All I'm asking of Schumer is that we treat Trump the same way we treated Clinton. We had a procedure that was approved 100 to nothing. Schumer voted for it, to go through the opening arguments, to have a written question period, and then, based upon that, deciding what witnesses to call. We haven't ruled out witnesses. We've said, let's handle this case just like we did with President Clinton. Fair is fair.
Have you spoken recently with him?
Yeah, before we left town. Look, we're at an impasse. We can't do anything until the Speaker sends the papers over, so everybody enjoy the holidays.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And haven't you checked out the official TST store yet? It has a variety of Patriot-themed custom t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, phone cases, and lots more. Make sure to check it out and maybe help us out by picking some products for yourself and your loved ones at great prices. It does make a huge difference to what we're doing here. Link in the description below. If you've liked this report, let us know by tapping the like button down below. Share the news among friends and family, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more news and updates on TST. This is David Ravine, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy holidays.